What's up guys, I'm Andy from 1A Auto. In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace a rear door latch on this 2015 Chevy Silverado. If you need parts for your vehicle, click the link in the description and head over to 1aauto.com. I'm going to take a straight blade screwdriver. There's a little cover right here. Just get in under here. Pull that cover off. And then right here is a cover. Pull that cover off. I'm going to take a 7mm socket extension and a ratchet. I'm going to take this screw out here. There's two in there, and there's also one underneath here. Take all of those out. Now we want to take some trim tools. We want to get underneath the door panel. Just pry it out. There's a bunch of clips that hold it in. Like that. To get those all out, then we can slide the door panel up. Just like that. Pull the lock rod out of the way. This cable, I want to just push down on this button, slide the cable out, and then pull the ball out. And this wiring harness, you can pull on that wire retainer and disconnect the connector right there. Push down, pull it up. I'm just going to pull this off so that I can take this vapor barrier off completely. Use a 7mm socket extension and a ratchet. Take these two screws out. Right, take that screw out. Take this bracket out. I can take this vapor barrier off. Slide this off. You can take a razor blade and just cut that adhesive if it doesn't peel too easily, but generally it peels pretty easily. And it should re-stick when you go to put it back on. With a 10mm socket extension and a ratchet, I'm going to take this bolt out right here. I'm just going to move the lock rod out of my way. I'm just going to take a trim tool, get underneath here, take this little push pin out. There's another one over on this side. Take that one out as well. And I can take this trim off. Just pull it out. Just like that. There's some clips on the back side. So if you need to use a trim tool, you can remove this bolt right here, use a 10mm socket and a ratchet. Now I'm going to take this little foam piece out. Be careful not to rip it. You just push it down. You can pull it out. Just like that. We're going to reuse that. And we're going to take this window channel. I'm going to have one hand in underneath and then just push it off of the window trim right there. This is just to get this out of the way. You just slide it out of the way like that, that's fine. Now I'll take a T30 and a ratchet. I'm going to take these 3 screws out. I'll take this last screw out. I'm going to take this lock rod and just slide it off. Just like that. Disconnect this connector right here. Then I'll take a 10mm socket and a ratchet, loosen up this bolt. When I do that, I'm just going to support it from the inside. And I'm just going to push this in. Just move this wiring harness out of my way a little bit. I am going to pull this window channel out of my way. And if you struggle with this, you can take the window regulator out if it will make it easier for you. Just disconnect the connector right there. Now there's a cable that goes from this latch up to the handle on the outside. I'm going to disconnect it at the handle. It's very hard to see. So there's some areas where the cable is clipped in. I just take a pick, get in there, grab on the cable, and I was able to pull it out on that side. right here. I'm grabbing it right here and just sliding it out over here. Like I said, it's very hard to see. It's hard to see in real life, let alone on the camera. Now that I have the cable unhooked, then I was able to get this retainer off of the cable, off of the cam. And I can grab this latch. Just make sure the wiring harness doesn't get pinched. Try to push that out of the way. And just take it out right like that. And there it is. So you can do it with the regulator still in there. I'd recommend taking the regulator out to do it. It would make it a lot easier. So the way this is in there with this cable goes up and around and connects to the handle on the outside. And there's these retainers. There's a retainer right here, and right there. And then one that holds this in before this gets put in. So what we're gonna do is install this part first and then clip the cable back in position and then reset the door latch. Alright, so just slide this in position like this. Pull that window channel molding out of the way. Slide this up. I'm gonna get that cable in position first. Make sure it's twisted. All right, I got the cable end on, which is good. That's probably one of the harder parts. And I got the first retainer in. I can slide up on the latch. I'm just gonna put this bolt in here for now, just to hold that. The cable's lined up. Then I'm just gonna push the cable. That one's all set. And then the last one over on this side. Find that last retainer. And just lock it in place. That's good. All right, now I can get these screws started. Get that one started. All right, that looks good. Take the T30 and a ratchet, tighten these down. All right, make sure those are tight. That's good and snug. Now I'll take a 10mm socket and a ratchet, tighten this bolt up. Snug that up. Take the lock rod. We're gonna slide it through there, through that grommet, and then line it up. Just stick it right there for now. I'm gonna reinstall this window channel. Slide it in position. Take the rubber weather strip, or window strip, get that lined up. You're just gonna push it back into the channel. It should lock in place. It seems like it's working pretty good. And take these two 10mm bolts, one here and one down here. And tighten these down with a 10mm socket and a ratchet. That's good. Take this wiring harness, slide this out here, push the grommet back in position, and reconnect the connector right there, and then connect the connector to the window motor right there. Now I'll take this insulation piece, put that back in position right there. Take this trim piece, reposition this. It's gonna slide on a little lip right here. That's gonna slide into this piece right here. Just get that in position. Right there, just like that. So we're gonna move that lock rod, get that out of the way. That's good. And just lock it in place. Push these push pins back in. Now we'll take this vapor barrier, reinstall this, slide the cable through here. There's this little indent that goes through that hole right there. That's how you can line this up. There's another one on this side. When that's lined up, just push it back on. Now we'll take this bracket right here, slide this in position, take the two 7mm screws, get these started right here and right here. Take a ratchet, use the 7mm socket, and tighten them down. That's good, that's good. There's this weather strip piece, or window strip, that goes at the base of the window. You're gonna slide this off the door panel, and then there's these little clips. There's 3 of them. You need to pull those off. I'm gonna use a trim tool, try to slide these out. Sometimes you need some like needle nose pliers. Get in there. Slide that out. What you do is you just get in there and just try to squeeze this so that you can pull it off. Just squeeze that, pull those out. Now these clips are gonna go right here, just like that. All 3. Put the clips on first. And then we'll take this weather strip or window strip, slide this in position right here, and just press it down. Just like that. All right, now let's hook the switch up. Just push the connector on. And this wire is gonna go into that retainer's going through that hole. Take this cable, put the ball through there, and then slide it over. Lock that in place. Take the lock rod, you need to slide it out, thread it through the hole. Once that's thread through, you get all these pins lined up. Everything's lined up, and you can just push the door panel on. Now there's 4 screws we want to put in. There's 1 right there, 2 right here, and then 1 down below. Install those 4 screws with a 7mm socket and an extension. Then I'm going to take a ratchet and just tighten these down, just snug. I'll take this cover, slide that in there, lock it in place. There's a cover right here. Does the same. There you go.
Thanks for watching. Visit 1aauto.com for quality auto parts shipped to your door, the place for DIY auto repair. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button.